Hello and welcome to Show and Sell, the show that celebrates digging through other people's trash. Hey, Trash Dragons, my name is Chris. I am Trash Dragon of the West. This is my guitar, Mr. Blankenship.
There he
Hello,
is.
Mr.
Hi, Mr.
Blankenship.
Blankenship.
And he just reminded me that I sell on Discogs and eBay, mostly media.
And I'm Katie, and I'm Trash Dragon of the South, and I sell mostly clothing and accessories, but I shop for anything unique and sometimes a little spooky
And sparkly.
and sparkly.
I'm Joe, the Trash Dragon of the East, and I spy with my little eye bargains, bargains, bargains.
About that, why don't we move on to the first segment, which is the thing that brought you joy.
That brought you joy.
Who would like to go first? Anyone volunteering?
Chris,
Me?
volunteers.
You. Chris.
Wow. All right, yeah, I'll go. So I think we were texting yesterday that I went to this pretty amazing estate sale.
Yeah.
It was a Japanese dentist, so they had a lot of Japanese dolls and ceramics and art, and it was a beautiful house in South Pasadena. There was just so much stuff. It was a true estate sale where you could buy health vitamin gummies that were already open, stuff like that. Just like they sold everything.
I love that, but it also is crazy because some of the pictures I scrolled through were just like all these really high-end Japanese ceramics, and I'm just like, and they had God bless them. I mean, this is going to be a really good. It's going to be a really good Sunday for you.
Yeah, I'm going to get so much stuff. But the thing I kind of really focused in on is they had I bought 6 of these, and they're, as you guys know, I like cookbooks, and I love especially specific cuisine cookbooks, and specifically homemade church cookbooks. So these are this is from the Venice Hongwanji Buddhist Temple 50th anniversary. Whoa. So they're all Japanese cookbooks, and they're all kind of grandma recipes, done by women in the neighborhood. There's this one. This is Mountain View Buddhist Temple Senior Activities Group, sharing with gratitude. Heritage of Japan, one Cooking with Ease, a collection of favorite recipes from the San Fernando Valley Japanese American Community Center. But yeah, these are I love this kind of stuff, and I was super stoked that I found them.
How many people were there when you were in the sale? It's still going, right?
Yeah, it's going on to Sunday. I'm probably going to go back. I've got my eye on a couple things. They had Japanese 78s, but I was just they wanted too much money, and I'm just like, and honestly, I'll always go with my big Fresh Direct plastic bags with the super sturdy handles. Forgot it this time, and I'm like, of all the times to forget
the bag, right?
So I'm carrying a stack of books this big, and I had to constantly rearrange them to make sure that I wasn't. Anyway.
Oh yeah, totally.
But it was packed. Have you guys ever found deals so amazing you start shaking?
Yes. Oh yeah. No, just overexcited. Oh, yeah. For sure. Yeah.
I just okay, and you have to calm down and be like, all right, I need to focus here to get through everything deliberately.
You have time, and you're like, okay, oh yeah, that's the best feeling. I love that. I love that so much.
Slightly overwhelmed by bargains,
in the best possible way. Yeah, it's just the best. Yeah,
it is.
Sweet spot.
So, Joe, why don't you? What'd you go?
So this is actually got a long history to it. The item that brought me joy, it's bringing me joy now because this is the culmination of about, it must be the culmination of about 10 years. When I was living in Greenpoint, I was walking around and I saw somebody had thrown out a kind of like a desk table thing. It was not it was you could use it for a school desk. It's you'll see it. It'll make more sense when I show it to you. It's had chrome legs and a little chrome place you would put your books under, and then it had a desktop. In this case, the desktop was a really sort of gross faux wood piece of laminate. and it was like, so it was dark. It was like, it looked ugly. It was a little bit rusty, but I was like, I can, hearts in my eyes. I can fix you.
I can fix it.
About 10 years, so I took it around, and then a few years ago, I finally decided, okay, I'm going to do something with this piece because I have to do it. So about 3 years ago, I took the tabletop off. I took it off, took it to the flea market I work at, and I just started steel wooling the legs to make them look good. Because it's like there was rust on them. It made them look a lot, they're not perfect, but they look a lot better. And then I talked to my woodworking dad. I was like, what can we do? And he's like, well, we got this wood and this wood and this wood. And so we settled on two pieces of maple and an accent strip of this sort of purplish African wood called Padouk. And so I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show it to you as well as I can.
Yeah.
So this is, I've been finally at my yard sale.
Wow,
Here it is.
that's beautiful, Joe.
That looks amazing.
Yeah.
It looks so good. At my yard sale, I started sanding off, like I had a 4th of July yard sale. I sanded it a lot to get it to look good. And then finally I was like putting oil on it, 3 coats of oil, 2 coats of wax. And yeah, it's just like,
It looks great.
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm so excited about this piece. It's just such,
That's bringing me joy.
Yeah.
oh my
That's,
God.
It's bringing collective joy to
Yeah,
the
that's
group.
good. Plus it's a success story on many levels. You found it and you actually you made it happen, even if it took 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. You win.
Yeah.
That's great.
The downside of that is now in my head, I can rationalize keeping any piece of garbage and be like,
Yep.
well, I fixed that one thing, so maybe I'll fix this eventually.
So, Katie, what is bringing you joy?
Well, I got this for Pride Month, and we're out of Pride right now, but it still brings me joy because I'm gonna, even if I didn't wear it this year, I'll do it next year. But it's this pretty cool army jacket.
Wait, is that like kind of like one of these sport coats with just like glitter?
It's like an army military.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah.
That's even cooler.
But then they've added these sequin sleeves. And the thing, I love it because it's one of my saved searches on all the resale sites is for Barney's, because Barney's, the department store, is no longer in business. They've gone out of business, so there are no Barney's stores anymore. So basically, to me, everything that's Barney's is collectible because they are not here anymore, and they had a pretty good label of their very own. It was actually one of the first sample sales I ever went to in Los Angeles was for Barney's.
Right.
And so, anyways, I got a really good deal on this Barney's jacket. I don't know when it was from. It's probably about 10 years old, but it's pretty.
Do you think the Barney's jacket came with the glitter sleeves, or is that an addition?
I think absolutely. I think Barney's did it because it's perfect inside. Like,
okay.
So I think they've done it. And when I looked it up, it was definitely a thing. So yeah, it's really good. I'll wear it. I'll wear it next year, or I'll just wear it when it's not Pride. But I bought it specifically for Pride.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you can pull off a glitter sleeve coat.
It's anytime.
Yeah.
But sometimes I want a special thing for that. Yeah, that's my item of joy.
That's pretty good. Good job, guys.
Everybody has good items.
We're going to move on to our next segment, which is Unearthed Treasure.
Unearthed Treasure.
Puppets is the topic.
I might have the most puppets of all of us. I have quite a few puppets.
Yeah.
So I just grabbed the first 3 at the top of the box. Some of my puppets are with my mom, who's a substitute teacher, so she uses some of my main ones. I have a monkey named Delbert, who's probably my oldest, and I worked with him the most. So these are a few just of my more recent friends. We've got him.
Oh my! Wow!
What a goofy little rabbit.
So she was supposed to be a gift, but I'm really bad at giving away puppets. Here's the truth. She was a gift for a child that is now like 8 years old.
I know who all this me.
And then he also has a counterpart.
Oh wow!
He's pretty good too.
That is very
all right.
Sesame Street-ish. That is great.
Yeah. But most of my puppets are animals. 90% of the time I'm really a big fan of certain brands. So I like the Folkmanis for the animal puppets a lot. And I like this gentleman, although his head is not working the way it's supposed to right now.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, wow.
He's very good. I like him a lot. I think my mom gave me him because she took so many of my others. She also took, I have a ram named, he's Henry because he's British. Sorry. So the ram, he's also very good, and he's with my mom because she likes my puppets because I pick ones that are good to work with. But I did bring Willie as well. So Willie I've had since high school. And Willie is a marionette, but I'm including that as a puppet. He feels like this might be his big break. But he's very big.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
Willie's here, but he's big, and I'll do a video of him walking around. He's a big fan favorite for the kids. And he's, I know, I love you too. He's good times. He's a sweet boy. And then I also would like to discuss a puppet that got away from me. We get insert a quick picture here that I went back and forth texting about 14 different friends trying to figure out if I should buy him or not. He was a professionally made puppet. It was a cat.
Yeah.
And I regret it every day.
Not buying it.
It was out of my price range, but it was the kind of thing where I should have known because I could have given some stuff up for him. Yeah. I'm upset. He's the one that got away. Regardless, who wants to go next? Who else has puppets?
I can go. My friend, good friend Jennifer, who I've shown a couple of things of, including the meringue dog and the cat agent Button, were both from her. But she gave me a bunch of books, and they're moving out of the desert.
Who's that? Bring him up.
Oh,
hi.
Hello, how you doing?
Oh, he's a business puppet.
I'm taking over. I'm the CEO of Show and Sell. How you guys doing? We're gonna make a bunch of changes. Don't worry, it's gonna be fine.
How do you feel about pay cuts?
Yeah, seriously. I feel like he's about to give me some sort of a slip that says my services are no longer needed.
So you guys know if you put your insurance money into an account, that's your money.
Oh my god!
That's like shades of our medical shades of our work past.
I love that he's a businessman. I like it. Yeah.
He's going to be, I'm sure he'll be on future episodes.
Oh, good.
Just like, you guys need to make sales.
Pull it together. I don't know. He also needs sweat stains. Is there a way to get sweat stains under his shirt? He needs to be constantly a little sweaty. That would be great.
Also, just like he's like always holding a. I think it'd be funny if he was always like holding a big coffee cup.
Always. Like,
and it always just like it smells like coffee and and maybe a little whiskey,
maybe something extra,
a little boost, a little. So Joe, why don't you go?
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Wow! Oh, Beaker!
Oh no! I've been replaced by Beaker. Oh no!
Oh no! Wait, I have Ralph. I should have known. I have Ralph the dog. I should have
known. We could have a. Oh man, I was at
a full Muppet. Oh, and my mom has Kermit. Oh,
we could have we do our own Muppet show.
Oh, boy.
But the problem is, like,
that's so cute.
He's not extremely well designed because, like, if you put the comfortable way to do it is to put your thumb in the mouth, but then you can't really open and close his mouth very much. So you kind of have to like put your middle finger under there, and I got this.
But I've never even seen him. How long have you had him?
I've had him for about 8 years. I got him at the Tibetan thrift store in nearby Kingston. and
He's
he is
great.
a They hadn't even put a price on him. They wheeled him out. And I was like, oh, how much for the puppet? And so I think it wasn't much, but it was definitely a bargain, and it's been. I've had it on top of my coat tree for a while. It just sort of sits there at the top.
Oh yeah.
He's getting a little dingy. I should probably throw him in the wash, but yeah.
There's a video going around right now where it's Kermit singing Gin and Juice to the tune of Why Are There So Many Songs About Rainbows?
Oh yeah, Rainbow Connection.
Yeah, Rainbow Connection. Thank you. And it's pretty great.
That is so cool.
Yeah, that is amazing. I've always felt a very deep kinship to Beaker. Just a long-suffering, anxiety-ridden.
Yeah,
but he has a reason to be anxious, and I think people are like, "Oh, it's funny he's anxious." It's like his boss is a maniac.
But Honeydew is
that is true.
Blowing him up all the time.
Yeah, hair on fire. It's a whole thing. I've got a special guest here who needs a little. They're named Lo. I'll put a picture here, but she's helping out.
Do you have a dog?
I'm dog sitting, and so I brought the dog with me, and she's an angel. But let's move on to our third and final segment, which is Joe.
Tales from the Flypt.
Tales from the Flypt. Tales from the Flypt.
The Flypt. The topic today is, has a buyer ever made it weird? And Joe, why don't you jump in?
Well, thank you for asking.
You attract weird.
Weird identifies with weird. There's two occasions. One was on eBay where I had a bunch of posters from an estate of Betty and Ian Ballantyne, who were people that ran Ballantyne paperbacks.
Right. You showed off some of the posters a couple episodes.
Oh yeah. So it was like a fairies poster. It was like one had like one was from fairies, and one was from like, it sort of looked like the Skeksis from Dark Crystal. They were by the artist Brian Frood, and somebody reached out to me and asked about buying them all. He was from the UK. I was like, and I didn't want to sell them all. He's like, oh, it was just like, he was very like, I wasn't really enthusiastic to engage with him, and there was like a long gap between like my second and third messages, responses or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, he asked how much they would be for everything. I was like, well, the shipping would be expensive because I don't want to roll them in a tube. Like, I'm not going to roll every single one of these in a tube because that would not be great. It would be a huge tube. You want them shipped flat, and unfortunately, because of that, it's like, I looked it up, and it would be like $300 for shipping or something like that. Right. And he started getting very irate with me, and he started cursing at me, and I was like, I'm done dealing with you, and I just reported him to eBay. So that was one. Right. And the second one just happened at my 4th of July sale. This guy came up, he sort of wandered up, he's like looking around. He looked a little like, I don't know. He just looked a little bit sketchy, not like super like suspicious or anything like that, but just like the kind of guy that's just like, I don't know. And he's like, hey, you got any magazines? I was like, oh yeah, I got some old magazines over here. And I had like Home Living from some issues of Home Living and Better Homes and Gardens from like the 60s. And I was like, he's like, well, no, I was looking for some, and he didn't actually come out and say pornography. So I didn't jive in on that until until a couple minutes. He's like, yeah, they don't sell them in gas stations anymore, so I have to go to yard sales. I was like, oh yeah, they don't really sell magazines. And then I finally was like, oh yeah, pornography. He's looking for pornography. And the sad thing is, I actually have some old Playboys and Atom magazines in my storage unit, but I wasn't going to be like, oh yeah, I'll go get those and bring them back tomorrow. I'm like, this is done. No, we are not having this conversation.
No.
It's hard finding, like, yeah, we're a porn rich nation, depending on how the election goes. Joe, I will go next. When I really started taking eBay seriously, I sold a copy of Double Indemnity, the script, which it was a reproduction, but it had like notes and like a photocopied notes of Billy Wilder's script notes.
Mhm.
But which was exciting. I'm a huge Billy Wilder fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I got this repro script, and a guy bought it, and he sent to me this Barbara Stanwyck. So he writes, Christopher, thanks so much for the Double Indemnity book with my favorite actress on the front cover, Barbara Stanwyck. I gave you all 5 stars on eBay feedback. Thanks again. Happy holidays. Sincerely, the guy's name. And then he wrote, in longhand, my Stanwyck collection includes 970 magazines with her on the covers, 168 posters, 213 signed items, thousands of original stills, every biography ever. Like, this is just way too much information for me. Like,
right. You don't need to know about his Barbara Stanwyck. You're just selling. You don't have a Barbara Stanwyck collection.
No. He wants him to know, Joe.
Right.
He wants him to know. He wants everyone to know about it.
Like, I like this kind of peculiarity, like the kind of like that. He made this little thing, wanted to say thank you, and it's just that, like, this should be photocopied. Like, this is like you shouldn't write this out longhand every time. I mean, I get tired writing the show notes in the description. Like, about halfway, I'm like, I don't know,
because you don't really love it.
Not as much as Steve likes Barbara Streisand, as much as Barbara Stanwyck.
Well, I'm trying to figure out, how do you make a portmanteau out of would that make you a Barbara Fanwick or a Barbara Wick Stan?
Oh,
Barbara Fanwick.
Barbara Stan.
Barbara Stan.
Yeah. Barbara Stan. Yep.
That's very clever.
We did it. Katie, do you want to go?
I don't have that many. I mean, I know that there's lots. I can think of a lot of things. Definitely, selling on Mercari is definitely the Wild West sometimes. People like to just make stuff up. I remember there was one case when I sold, it was a limited edition makeup palette. And those kinds of things they're the sort of things that you wouldn't think would be very valuable, but they become very valuable if they're limited edition and only a certain number are released. And it was just eyeshadow. And I knew it was brand new because I bought it brand new. And then when I resold it, the person was trying to tell me that it was not new. I was like, well, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it, so it's arguing with someone when you know you're right. And you're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
But it's such a clear thing that you're trying to, if you're going to try to pull whatever you're pulling, pull it on something that's like, this has been touched, like where it's not brand new.
Joe, you had a thing.
Well, I just like to say, I think we did it, guys. I think we did another bang up episode. But before we give ourselves too many pats on the back, I want to ask our viewers, if you're still here and watching, I'm looking for a cargo van. So if you know of a cargo van anywhere in this continental United States, let me know if it's a good deal. Not too many miles, just like I'm not looking for a beater. I'm looking for something that's actually can make trips halfway across the country, a third of the way across the country, maybe even all the way across the country one of these days. Who knows? But so just leave some comments below, and we did it.
You can also email us at showandsellcast.com at gmail.com.
Showandsellcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, if you want to talk to us. But so we're gonna do it. Thank you for watching Show and Sell. If you remember, like, share, subscribe. But if you don't, everything is gonna be alright. But if you do, things are gonna be a little brighter for us. There's an algorithm controlling all of our lives. Thank you for watching Show and Sell. If you remember, ring the bell. Ding! Thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for coming, everybody.